a first-floor flat in West Hampstead, in a street that was known by Eric and Edgar and the third real-life character in this, Esme Langley, as Queer Street, because there were so many homosexuals in it. Esme was the founder of Arena 3, the first lesbian magazine, and the Minority Research Group, which was a kind of political cum social group for lesbians in the 1960s. And she was indeed, as well as a neighbour, a great friend of Edgar and Eric. So we're in this flat. There's a wide hall passage. If you can imagine, you're sitting in an audience, and there's a passage going straight up to the back of the stage, and there's a front door facing you at the back. In the wings on either side, we've got a main bedroom, which is on the left as you look at it, and a second bedroom, which is on the right. And then further down forward, there is a kitchen, also off stage. And near the front door at the back, there's a plaster model of Michelangelo's David as well. So here we are starting. It's early evening. Edgar is in the hall dusting the David with a feather duster. A radio off stage in the kitchen is playing Rossini's Zitto Zitto Piano Piano from La Cenerentola on the third programme. Edgar is singing along, conducting with the duster.
Zitto, zitto, piano, piano, senza strepito e rumore delle due l'umore essa terra e varita, sottovoce mozzotono in estrema confidenza sono in misto di insolenza di capriccio e vanità.
Edgar stops dusting and goes into the kitchen during this. As he goes, Eric lets himself in the front door and hums along. Edgar stops singing and turns off the radio.
Is that you, darling?
Well, who do you think it was? Special Branch?
Well, they have a key, I'm sure.
He reappears in an apron with a frying pan.
And they tap our phone.
But they don't sing along to Rossini. Special Branch is not musical. And they don't ask if you love them. Do you love me? Do you? Or has someone else caught your eye?
Well, there was a rather nice builder in the cottage at the end of the road.
Are you sure he was a builder?
Cement dust on his boots. I thought he'd suit me fine, but then I thought, more Eric's type than mine.
You're quite right. Thank you.
He turns abruptly as if to go out the front door.
Well, I'll just be off then. It's the...
Oh, no, you don't. I'm starving, and I don't mean for food. I bought some lamb chops.
Oh, yum. I love tasty little bar lambs whenever I see one in a field, suckling its mother, shivering its sweet little tail. I always go, oh, and think, leg of lamb.
Would you like a drink? I got a rather fine Amontillado from the Wig and Pen. I dropped in for a quick one after court. Brought a bottle home. It's an Amontillado del Puerto.
Oh, very nice. Do you want the paper?
He gives him a copy of the Times.
There's a letter urging the government to implement the Wolfenden Report. It's signed by loads of people. Clement Attlee is one of them, and Bertrand Russell.
At last! There's been 6 months' silence since it came out, and over what? All that mighty labour for a mouse.
Duetto. We can't do it.
We'll be able to have sexual relations, but only in specific situations.
If we're either of us under 21, we can't do it.
If we're staying in a hotel just for fun, we can't do it.
If we're living in a flat.
Or a bed-sitter at that. Then we have to tell you flat.
We can't do it.
We can't do it. In Derry Cross the Sea, we can't do it.
If we're living in Dundee, we can't do it. Or in any colony,
we can't do it. Guernsey, Jersey, Isle of Man, we can't do it.
In the Isle of Wight we can. We can do it.
Though they're sure to disapprove and call us queer and poov, and we'd really rather move so we can do it.
In the army with a soldier, we can do it. We can't
in the Air Force with an airman, we can't do it.
In the Navy with a seaman, though he's ever such a he-man, still the seaman's not a free man. We can't do it.
And even if we are allowed to do it, we're still not permitted to meet.
We can't say hello in the street, though we are very discreet.
We can't importune a guard or dragoon.
We might have opportunity, but never with impunity.
So why do we cherish this mouse of a bill and Wolfenden hail as a hero?
There's little to give us a cause for a thrill, but still, it is better than zero.
He gives Eric the paper back and goes into the kitchen. Eric pours 2 glasses of sherry, sniffs his, swills it appreciatively.
A fine amontillado indeed. Just the relaxation I need. Flavour rolling on the palate, vapour strolling round the brain. Others may like Oloroso, but to me it's only so-so. Any true aficionado only drinks amontillado, finer than the finest of champagne.
He opens the paper and finds the letters page.
Where is the letters page? Ah, here it is. Sir. Never dear, sir. The editor of the Times cannot be a dear. We, the undersigned, would like to express our agreement with the Wolfenden Report. Homosexual acts committed in private between consenting adults should no longer be a criminal offence. The continued enforcement of the present law will do more harm than good. Legislation at an early date, wildest support from humane men of all parties.
Edgar comes back during this and takes his sherry.
And what of inhumane men? There are enough of them in all parties as well. So many MPs worry that if they endorse a bugger's charter, they will be tainted as well.
But it's such a timid little bill, over 21 in private. A mouse of a bill, as you said. Eek, eek, eek.
Parliament is full of cats, ready to kill your mouse stone dead.
Duetto, Wolfenden the Mouse.
Eek, eek, eek. My name's Wolfenden, don't kill me.
Poor little Wolfenden, we don't want to alarm you. We certainly won't harm you. You've got to stay alive.
Eek,
We'll make
eek,
you
eek.
grow and thrive. Wolfenden the Mouse, you're welcome in our house. We'll make you big and fat, almost like a rat.
The Tories will be scared of you after we have cared for you.
The Labour Party too, which hasn't got a clue.
We'll both keep you alive. We'll make you grow and thrive.
And what about the Liberals?
Who them? There's only 5.
We'll give them all some backbone and we'll tell them what to do.
However much they grouse, don't worry, little Wolfenden.
Don't worry, little mouse. You'll always have a welcome in our house. Dyson is a name that I remember. He wrote to The Spectator weeks ago to start a new campaign. What do we know about him?
He's at the university in Bangor.
He's moved fast. We should join him.
I'll write to him at the university.
After dinner. Ah, the chops.
He rushes to the kitchen, returns.
Ah, well. Charcoal's very good for you. Purifies the blood, they say.
Burnt bits. My favourite.
Suddenly, there is an enormous car crash off stage. Eric and Edgar run to the window by the front door at the back and look out.
Oh my God, the car's run into a tree.
He was trying to avoid a cyclist, I think. He's lying in the road.
We must help him. He may be dead. And what about the motorist? What about the tree?
And there are others out there already, and we'll only get in the way.
You mean you don't want to get involved?
And with very good reason.
We must call an ambulance.
And that means the police.
Exactly, an ambulance and a police.
Not the police.
Why not police?
Not the police, no fear.
The police will have to come.
That's the last thing we want in here.
Duetto, the police, no police.
There must be the police to investigate the crash.
They'll be coming here and knocking at the door.
There's nothing we can do, so don't get in a pash. They've got to come and ask us what we saw.
They'll be coming here inside. They will have a good look round, and we could go inside if they act on what they found.
That isn't very likely, so forget this balderdash.
It's very, very likely when they have some queers to bash.
Balderdash.
Queers to bash.
Balderdash.
Queers to bash, queers to bash.
Balderdash.
Queers to bash.
Balderdash. They'll just want information on that maybe lethal crash.
If they find some perverts, then they're sure to make a splash. See how police arrest rates go up soaring in a flash.
They've got a crash to deal with, then they'll be in quite a dash.
We can't take any chances. We need a quick precaution.
Just calm yourself. It's routine. You should keep it in proportion.
We can't have the police.
We must have the police.
No police.
The police.
No police.
The police.
No
The
police.
police.
No police.
The police.
Police.
The bell rings.
The police.
Edgar answers the door in trepidation. It is their upstairs neighbour, Esme. She is in her usual fatigues. She is thrilled at the excitement.
Did you hear that? What a racket! That car is a write-off. There's glass and metal all over the road. Mind you, the Renault Dauphine was always a pile of crud. Too much plastic and the brakes of a tortoise. Give me a nice nippy Austin Sprite for performance. Or a Land Army Land Rover, built like a tank for endurance.
Like you, my love, like you.
Edgar's in a panic about the police.
Why, little Eric? He's in and out of public facilities like a girl with cystitis, and they've never caught him yet. Does he think his luck's about to change?
But they'll come here, Esme. Don't you see? They'll look around and they'll find... Well, you don't want to know what they'll find.
I'm quite unshockable. You forget I had 200 waffs under me, and what those girls got up to was nobody's business. One up the duff every other day, except the sensible ones of the Radcliffe Hall persuasion.
Trio. The girls stroke boys of summer.
Ah, those girls, the girls of summer of 40. Flaxen and brazen and sporty, so lissom and lithe, the smiles so blithe, and more than inclined to be naughty. We'd lie there in the sweet-smelling hay, in the heat at the end of the day, and gaze at the cotton wool clouds in the sky high above, and nobody dared to claim it was love. But it was, looking back. Yes, it was. It was life. It was laughs. It was love.
Ah, those boys.
Ah, those boys.
Those boys on the base at Bryce Norton.
RAF, little snoring.
So healthy and strong.
All summer long.
And all of them keenly exploring.
We'd lie there in the sweet-smelling hay, in the heat at the end of the day.
And gaze at the cotton wool clouds in the sky high above, and nobody dared to claim it was love.
But it was, looking back. Yes, it was.
But it was, looking back. Yes, it was.
But it was, looking back. Yes, it was.
We
were
in love with the girls
with the boys
of summer.
Have you gone mad? They'll be here any minute and all our things are in there.
He indicates the bedroom on stage right.
And there's nothing in the spare bedroom.
Indicates the bedroom on the left.
Pull yourself together, boys. Was this the spirit that won the Battle of Britain? We need a plan, so act like a man.
How can I change the habits of a lifetime?
Edgar, your things can stay. Eric, we move your things in here.
Stage left.
But they're all mixed up.
Nobody's going to look closely if the socks match.
Trio. Quickly, quickly.
Quickly, quickly, systematic. Don't be acting so dramatic. Just imagine that you're packing for a holiday weekend. Quickly, quickly, get them listed. You'll forget that they existed if you haven't got them written down. On that you can depend.
Esme finds a pen and paper and writes.
You'll need underwear, that's vest and pants.
Yes, underwear.
Yes, vests and pants.
Police will notice at a glance. Shoes and socks and shirts and ties.
Shoes and socks.
And shirts and ties.
Police will never realise.
Then we have to do the shoes.
Which is which and whose is whose?
Shirts, ties, socks, shoes.
They come back with a jumble of shoes.
Well, those are yours because you're a 7.
Those are yours. You're on 11. 7.
11.
7.
11.
Oh, for heaven's sake, get on. A bobby will be here anon.
Quickly, quickly with the trousers and the jeans too. Don't forget them.
Quickly, quickly with the slacks. If you forget them, you'll regret them.
A jumper and a cardigan, pullovers and sweaters.
Playing the charade again when they come to vet us.
And what about pyjamas?
Well, what about pyjamas?
You must have some pyjamas.
We never wear pyjamas.
Whoever
wears pyjamas.
Pyjamas.
No pyjamas?
No pyjamas.
No pyjamas.
Some swimming trunks or tennis shorts?
Or we never play those horrid sports.
Then finally some blankets, some sheets, a pair of pillows.
Sheets, a pair of pillows.
Sheets, a pair of pillows.
As they bring these out, Esme ticks off her list triumphantly.
That's everything accounted for. There's no more to be said. And if they have suspicion still, you're sure to kill them dead.
There's just one little problem. There isn't any bed.
Aghast. Pause. In the silence, the front door bell rings again. Edgar goes to answer it, putting down the sheets in his hand. Eric goes to the stage right bedroom. At the door, an attractive young PC Alcock.
May I come in, sir?
No. I mean, I don't know.
It's about the accident. You might have heard it in the street. We're going door to door, asking people to be witnesses. We'd like to know if you saw anything, any of you.
He's trying to place the three of them. He has casually walked in. He clocks the David statue.
Fine figure of a lad.
Who is?
The boy there. Big for his age.
I suppose.
Good afternoon, Constable. I am Esme Langley. I work for the BBC monitoring unit at Caversham, and this is my fiancé, Edgar.
Am I? Oh, yes. Yes, I am.
We're getting married next month. A quiet wedding, you understand. Nothing ostentatious. Just the Director General and a few other friends.
Eric re-enters with some magazines.
And this is our neighbour, Eric.
Very pleased to meet you, sir.
He lives upstairs.
Do I?
In shock, he drops the magazines. Some physique magazines fall out. Esme gathers them up.
I buy them for the gardening tips.
Eric and Edgar instinctively cling together for protection, then realise what they are doing and spring apart.
Physique pictorial.
The exercises are so bracing.
Incorporating Adonis and body beautiful.
I'm sure we all appreciate a body beautiful.
I'm sure we all do in an artistic way.
I'm forgetting my manners, Constable. Can you have a name when you're on duty?
Alcock.
I beg your pardon?
Constable Alcock.
Alcock's my name.
Would you like a cup of tea, Constable Alcock? While I make it, why don't you ask some questions of my fiancé and our friend?
Horrified, Esme notices among the bed sheets which had been dropped by Edgar a large dildo.
And if you'll excuse me, I must get on with supper. A woman's work is never done.
That's very kind of you, madam.
Esme, please.
She covers the dildo up and exits. Edgar sits.
Did you see anything, Mr.
Right.
Mr. Wright, are you? And is he Mr. Wright?
He is, but I prefer to call him Edgar.
We're just chums, Constable.
They slap backs heartily in an unconvincing attempt to be chums.
Lived here long, have you?
5 years. I don't mean here, not in this flat.
What do you think we are?
In this block. Together, in this block.
It must be nice to have an obliging neighbour. If you run out of sugar, Or if you need a fag.
Indeed.
Do you often need a fag?
I prefer to roll my own.
I find I'm always running out. Always on the bum for a fag.
Re-enter Esme with the tea.
I assumed you'd like it strong.
Yes, thank you. I like it very strong. Hot, strong and sweet. That's me.
Aria, duet and trio, hot, strong and sweet.
Hot, strong and sweet. That's something you can't beat. When you want to rest your feet, make your happiness complete by taking something hot, something strong, something sweet.
I like something hot too.
It's something that you've got to.
Something hot.
Something strong.
And I felt it all along.
Nothing wrong with wanting something strong.
And something sweet.
Yes, something sweet.
But quite discreet.
Oh yes, discreet.
Nothing like some hot sweet tea.
That's the ideal tea for me.
Me too.
Get you.
Re-enter Esme. She has a bowl, a mortar, with some spices in it. She casually returns to the sheets and nonchalantly picks up the large dildo, starting to use it as a pestle on the mortar. She is hiding it in plain sight. She grinds spices vigorously.
There is nothing like the flavour of freshly ground spices.
Esme can see that Alcock and Eric are attracted to each other. She directs this aria to Alcock. Aria, pound and grind.
The mustard seed is small and round, the fennel and the cumin too, and every peppercorn is ground to go into a tasty stew. You've got to grind, 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 the flavours all combined. Pound, 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 the spices in a mound. Press them hard, grind them down, the nutmeg and the mace. Turn the yellow, mix the brown, crush them to a sticky paste. Grind, 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 the sweet peppers and the hot.
The sweet.
And the hot.
I like it sweet.
I like it hot.
She'll give it everything she's got.
We'll
give it
everything we've got.
I'll give it everything I've got. You have to push.
Push.
Hard.
Hard.
So hard.
Press and twist. It's the action of the wrist.
How can I resist when you insist? I will take it like a shot.
That hot sweet tea that fills the mouth, that swirls around the epiglottis.
What a joy, it's on my tonsils.
Tell me what is. Tell me what is.
Eric and Alcock now only have eyes for each other, and they're oblivious to everything else going on. Edgar sees this, sighs, and picks up a copy of Physique Pictorial.
There's some mace inside my mortar and some poppy in my pestle.
We can have ourselves a snorter if we find a way to wrestle.
Would you like to see my truncheon? I assure you it's gigantic.
That would give me lots to munch on if my hunger drives me frantic.
And I will not be mean if Eric's getting keen. No harm done to let him have his fun.
Better a demanding test than making an arrest. If I did that, truth to tell, I'd have to nab myself as well.
Why don't you take him to the flat that's on the floor above?
Sure you won't object to that?
It's best for making love. And how could I object to that when we've established it's your flat?
As a solution, it's a dandy. Not much room here when you're round it.
I'm glad the flat can come in handy. Use it any time you like. Just don't disturb my motorbike.
Your motorbike?
My motorbike.
It is hard to imagine anyone less like a biker than Edgar.
Your motorbike?
My motorbike. To strip it down is what I like, and Eric has the space to spare to spread the engine here and there and leave some parts upon the stair. If he's got room, it's only fair to let my bike.
My bike?
His bike.
To let The bike be quartered there, where it is easy to repair.
So easy to repair, the bike he keeps up there.
Would you like to see the leather jackets that we wear?
If you're in the police, you don't often find a friend. They must frequent the station, but all of them pretend. I'm longing for some contact, if only for a night. I'm longing to say yes and not repress this appetite, if only for a night.
It's only for a night. Do you think I might?
By me, that's quite all right. We promised that we'd always be prepared to grant the liberty so that the other could be free. On this, we thoroughly agree.
So you can go, the two of you. The window in apartment 2 has such a panoramic view of all the street that you can see just how the car could hit the tree.
What car?
What tree?
The car that hit the tree that caused the accident you came here to investigate, and now you must corroborate.
That car, that tree.
Now, if you'll only follow me.
Finale.
I promise you, you won't be cheated once your thorough probe's completed. You'll be quite satisfied, I'm sure, with things you never saw before.
You'll be quite satisfied, we're sure, with things you've never seen before.
Ah, what pleasure is in store with things I've never seen before.
Quickly, quickly, up the stairwell.
Quickly, quickly, up the stairwell.
Don't delay now, say now farewell.
An astounding revelation will appear before your eyes.
No regretting the decision after you have seen the vision, the stupendous elevation that within the bedroom lies.
Edgar picks up one of the physique magazines.
I've got splendid consolation in the pictures in my mags. They're delightfully immoral, and they never pick a quarrel, be it anal, be it oral, the most fanciable of fags.
Quickly, quickly, I'm on heat here.
Quickly sweep me off my feet here.
I am filled with satisfaction at my altruistic action.
I have shown him my devotion by indulging his emotion.
Although I love detection, I prefer a good erection.
Though there's only one objection, it's not leading to promotion.
I don't care.
We don't
We
care.
don't care.
When the fire of passion spreads,
It lifts our hearts and turns our heads.
And leaves morality in shreds.
and
And
sends
sends
us all
all
to
to
separate beds.
beds.
Eric and Alcock exit, waving goodbye to Esme and Edgar, who collapse on the chair with his mag. Esme throws up the mortar and pestle in triumph, scattering powder everywhere. Blackout.